I've been the bottom agent, I've been the top agent, I've been the men's room attendant, I've been the broker, I've been the trainer, I've been the recruiter, I've been the manager. I've done it all, which gives me a little bit of a unique perspective, but one of my favorite jobs was recruiting. Very rewarding. It's the most profitable job in all of the real estate business. So I worked for a guy one day, and he had bought my company, the company that I worked for, which was a Century 21, and he had a unique perspective on how to do real estate, but he would only hire brand new agents. Now, I don't recommend that, but that was his quirky little thing. He only wanted to take brand new people, and I was the trainer in his office. And our training program was so successful that we would take a brand new person, brand new licensee, and 90 days later, they would be a top producing agent by anybody's standard. So we had that figured out. So I'm also selling real estate. So he comes to me one day and he says, I want you to stop selling real estate, just do recruiting and the training, which was a pretty big commitment because I already had the real estate business. And I said, well, I don't know anything about recruiting. He goes, well, neither do I, but we'll figure it out. So I trusted him and I decided to do that. Well, very quickly, we did not figure it out. And so it was not able to recruit agents like we wanted to, producing agents. So then he sent me to this recruiting training program. It was pretty good, but little by little, we figured it out and we came up with this system that worked fantastic. Now, in his office, he had a metal filing cabinet. And on the side of that filing cabinet, he had the last names of all the agents in descending order of production. Please write this down. I recommend that you do this. So he has all the names in descending order of production, and we reshuffled the deck based on production each month. But the top producing agent was at the top, the bottom producing agent was at the bottom, and then off to the side, he had another shorter list with also in descending order of production of the agents that had been with us for less than 1 year. So what I would do is we would bring these people in for an interview, and I'll tell you how we did that. Now, this is a number of years ago, but we would run blind ads in the newspaper. Again, he doesn't want to recruit producing agents, he wants brand new agents. So we would run an ad in the newspaper, and I'm not recommending this, but you could do it. And it just said sales position available, earn between this and this. And these people would come in, park in front of the Century 21, not realizing it was about real estate until they got there. And I would interview them and I would ask them this series of questions, which we're going to talk about later. But one of the questions was this weed out question. So I would say, how do you think that real estate agents get their business? And almost all of them would say, well, I guess you give us leads and we take buyers out and we show them houses. I'd say, no, it's really more like telemarketing. You would come in here every day, you would sit in one of those cubicles over there, and you would cold call up and down the street, asking people if they want to sell their house. Some of those people would say yes, and then we would teach you a listing presentation. You would go give that to them, and some of those people would say yes to that, and then you'd get the listing, and some of those listings would sell, and that's how we do it. So can you imagine yourself coming in here every day at 9 a.m., sitting in one of those cubicles over there, cold calling for 8 hours? And most of the people would say, oh no, I would never do that. But a small percentage of them would say, sure, I would be happy to do that. And all of those people, we would send them to real estate school, and all of those people would end up being top producing agents by anybody's standards. Now, my job was when I hired one of those people, I fired the bottom producing agent on the magnet on the bottom. So we always had 35 agents. So what happened from that is it drove up the per agent productivity so high. With 35 agents, it was the highest per agent production I've ever heard of before or since. And we were the #1 Century 21 in the whole state of Arizona, and the #2 producing office had over 350 agents. So the result of that, and this is the secret, is because the per agent productivity was so high, all the producing experienced agents were climbing all over each other, begging me to hire them, but he would not allow me to hire them, which I think was a mistake, but that was the way he did it. The other thing that came from that is when all the high producing agents from other offers are begging me to hire them, the top producing agents at our office would never leave. So please write that down. That should be a system you should implement.